What do we need to do to get the whippersnappers paying attention to this? Because I don't want it to be a dying art. I'm going to see. I will tell you, y'all watch. You'll see. I mean, we're not going to watch my dating life, but let's just see this. The people I do business with, the people I spend my time with, my guy friends, my girlfriends, at dating, everything, they are 100% people that are like this, that are courteous, that are respectful, that are chivalrous, and that would receive the kindness and the chivalry. Yeah. That's just me. That's who I choose to be around. And I kind of was joking on Facebook the other day. You're not getting to date two. You're not getting to date one without it for me.
Yeah.
But
okay, y'all. I'm on Instagram, so I'm sorry if I kill your IG handles. Hawk Driver 1 said it is appreciated, but it's just so unexpected now because it's not taught the way it was.
I agree. And he's a friend, so I know.
Okay, cool.
But here's the thing, I think you're a little bit younger than me, but military background, like very accomplished, so very. And I've met he and his wife, and super very polite. But I agree, it's just you're spot on. I mean, people know what's right and wrong, don't you think?
Yes. Oh God. Okay. Kadahin. KTADHIN.
Yep.
At. Okay. Just be kind. It's not that hard. Boom. I mean, show over.
We're gonna make it easy, John. Good.
So I have a question.
Sorry, I was trying to get your IG. No, that's all I can see.
Yeah, no, it's true. I know you can see. I can't.
Is that
even
a
see
last
those.
name?
Yeah. No. It's just making it complicated.
Okay.
But what's interesting, I want to hear from some of the young, because you guys I would say y'all are agreeing with us for sure on all this, because you're definitely like that. You're the ones that are going to say, "Yep, this is it."
Do you guys think that the dating apps have changed that? More transactional thing.
I personally do. I don't. And I've said this before on here. We've done a show on dating. We haven't aired it yet. Still trying to decide if we need to air that one. I do think it has.
Yeah.
Because it is transactional. It is made I personally do not do dating apps. I've never been on them. I have zero desire to be on them. And I think I do. If I'm going to be in the public and run a business, I don't want to be on them. Like, I've had this conversation before. We had this conversation on our dating show. We chose not to be on them. However, I do think it has made dating transactional, which takes the courting out of it. It takes the opportunity to get to know somebody completely off the table. You can't have conversations.
Yeah.
I had a thought. Yeah. Well, we said 2021 was the year of ruffling feathers.
Yes. Ruffle some feathers, girly.
Sometimes when you're on a dating app, I'm not saying this is everybody. So again, don't at me. The result out of that is also transactional. So the meeting is transactional, where I swiped left or swiped right.
You talk about the hookup. Go ahead and say it, Whitney.
Don't beat around the bush. About. They're not looking for a long-term commitment.
I think maybe in some I don't know.
Right, exactly.
But which is part of the reason I don't, and I will flat out say that is not my thing. And if it's your thing, girl, boy, go for it.
That's you.
You do you, and I will support you all day long. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yes.
But I think that raises the point, is if that's what they're, now, does that mean that you can't swipe? I don't know which way you swipe, whichever way you swipe, swipe yes.
I think right's yes.
Does that mean you can't swipe right and, still build a relationship and be chivalrous? No.
Right.
But it just, you've got to, I think what you get is what you're going to demand. I'm going to demand respect from anybody that's in my circle, from anybody that I spend time with, from anybody. Now, demand sounds like a strong word, so maybe I should say I'm going to expect it. And if the person doesn't show it, okay, they're just not my person.
Yeah.
I love Sam's comment. She's like, dating on an app sucks. And then Lynn says, I think if you state what you want, it filters a lot of the nonsense.
I think that's a great point, because I'm extremely upfront, which is probably why I don't date. But I'm extremely upfront.
Yeah.
It's, I just say, here's what I am. But it's also your confidence in yourself. Yep. Because, for me, I'm 1,000,000% fine being single, being on my own, raising my girls. somebody is going to have to complement that. And that's what dating and now it's different, I think, at my age than when you're in your 20s or 30s, but dating should be about getting to know each other and doing all that. The chivalry comes in as an amount or a show of respect. That can come anywhere. You should be chivalrous to your mom. If you're not opening the door for your mama, let's just start there. Because if you're not opening the door for your mom, who birthed you, shame on you. I'm going to call you all out.
Yep.
I want to know I want you to start tagging people who aren't opening the door for their mamas, and we will have that discussion. Because all the guys I know, like they are mama's boys all day. They are so respectful to their mom. They open the doors. They call and check on. I mean, it's cute. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam says, I want to say up front, I am speaking in general, but people lie.
Sam,
that's good.
I know people do lie. I do. I think that.
Do.
But here's the thing: they can only lie for so long.
Yeah.
And this is part of where I think your point about having shorter conversations and not getting into any depth. This is why people are surprised that my circle is so small, because I'll talk on air and I'll do all that stuff. I like real conversations. I hate small talk. I want to talk about stuff of substance and of depth.
Yep.
And so I don't talk to a lot of people. If I go to I hate networking events. If I go to a networking event, if I go to a big event, I'm not talking to a lot. I'm talking to the people I know, because they're the ones that I'll have real conversations with.
Yeah.
I mean, like I talk with, my circle's small. I mean, like if I'm talking with my friend Jessica or Lynn or, any of my friends that are Lynn, Lisa, Matt, all this, we talk about real stuff.
Yep.
And it's not just surfacey, but that's why I have relationships with them, because they're real people. They're not lying, and you can't get the lies. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking back to Isaac and I before we were dating. We met at work.
Scandalous.
It was broke our no dating in the workplace rule. But we were friends before, like legit friends. Like we were both dating other people, and so he and I were friends prior. And we had a work Christmas luncheon or something, and it was pouring down rain that day. And he literally had an umbrella, covered me all the way down to the car, covered me when I got in, and then walked. And I feel like,
and you're like, I'm gonna marry this boy. That sounds like a country song.
But I feel like you did that for the other women there, Isaac.
Yeah.
I wasn't the only one.
Okay.
He did that for everyone.
But you appreciate it, and that's one of the
Exactly.
things Lisa had said on LinkedIn was it's not just the action of that; it's graciously receiving that.
Exactly.
So you probably, I would assume, appreciated that in
I
him.
did.
And that's how I am.
I didn't want to get rained on.
You don't want to get rained on. I mean, some days it's fine, but it's the act of kindness. It's the act of chivalry. And I know I've used those terms interchangeably a little bit today, but that's where it starts. And that's what is scaring me to death about the younger generations.